We have already studied about empirical probability or experimental probability. So in empirical probability or experimental probability or statistical probability, we will be actually conducting the experiment and the result will be based on the actual experiment. And the formula to find out empirical probability is number of trials in which the event happened divided by total number of trials. In today's video, we will do some of the problems based on that. So the first question is, in a cricket match, a batswoman hits a boundary 6 times out of 30 balls she played. We need to find out the probability that she did not hit a boundary. So number of times that a batswoman hits a boundary is actually 6 and total number of balls she played is 30. Out of that she hits the boundary, and number of times that she does not hit the boundary will be 30 minus 6 because 6 times she has hit the boundary. So 24 times she has not hit the boundary. Now the question is probability that batswoman does not hit the boundary. We can take this as P of E equal to number of times when she does not hit the boundary divided by total number of balls she played. So number of times she did not hit the boundary is 24 and total number of balls she played is 30. So again we can simplify this, which is equal to 4 by 5, and we know that the value of probability will lies from 0 to 1. It can be 0, it can be 1, and you can see that this is definitely less than 1. So next question, 1000 families with 2 children were selected randomly and the following data were recorded. Compute the probability of a family chosen at random having 2 girls, 1 girl and no girl. Also check some of these probabilities is 1. So number of girls in a family, there are 475 families with 2 girls, 814 families with 1 girl and 211 families with no girls. So we had to compute the probability of a family chosen at random having 2 girls, 1 girl and no girl. So total number of families we have 1500. Let probability of randomly chosen family having 2 girls we will take as P of E1 since there are 3 questions. Number of families having 2 girls is 475. So P of E1 I can write as number of families having 2 girls divided by total number of families. So number of families having 2 girls is 475 divided by 1500. Again. So let probability of randomly chosen family having 1 girl we will take as P of E2. Number of families having 1 girl is 814, and so P of E2 we can define as number of families having 1 girl, that is 814 divided by total number of families is 1500. In the same way, number of families with no girls is 211. So we can write, let the probability of randomly chosen family having no girl is P of E3 and number of families having no girl is 211. Therefore, the probability of number of families having no girl is number of families having no girl divided by total number of family, that is 211 divided by 1500. Now they have also asked, we need to check whether these 3 probabilities when you add you will get 1. So we can check that 475 plus 1500 plus 814 divided by 1500 plus 211 divided by 1500. So when you add this, since the denominator is same, we can add the numerator, have 1500 divided by 1500 is equal to 1. So we can say that the sum of all these probabilities is 1. So next question is, in a particular section of class 9, 40 students were asked about the month of their birth and the following graph was prepared for the data obtained. Find the probability that the student was born in August. You can see a bar graph here, and this is the data of the class 9. Total 40 students were there, and from the graph you can see that 3 students of class 9 was born in the month of Jan. Again 4 students was born the month of Feb, etc. We need to find out the probability that the student was born in August. So first let's find out how many students is born in the month of August. We can see that 6 students was born in the month of August. So total number of students of class 9 is 40 Number of students of class 9 born in the month of August is 6, and we can say that the probability of the student born in the month of the August is equal to number of students born in August divided by total number of students. So that is 6 by 40. When you reduce to the standard form, you have 3 by 20. So next question, 3 coins were tossed simultaneously 200 times with the following frequencies of different outcomes. So 23 times when you toss 3 coins, 23 times 3 head occurs, 72 times 2 head occurs, 77 times 1 head occur, and 28 times no head occur. If 3 coins are simultaneously tossed again, compute the probability of 2 heads coming up. So actually when you toss 3 coins, you have different possibilities. You have 3 tails or 3 heads can come up. Again 2 heads and 1 tail can come up, and 2 tails and 1 head can come up. So there are different possible outcomes. So actually 23 times 3 heads come up, then 72 times 2 head appeared, 77 times only 1 head was there. That means it can be like this. Then no head means all the 3 times tails has come up. Now the question is, what is the probability that 2 heads coming up? So total number of outcomes is 200 because the coin was tossed 200 times, and number of times 2 head coming up, that is 72. Therefore the probability of getting 2 heads coming up will be number of times 2 head coming up, that is 72, divided by total number of outcomes. So 72 by 200, when you simplify this, will have 9 by 25. So next question, an organization selected 2400 families at random and surveyed them to determine a relationship between income level and number of vehicles in a family. And the information gathered is listed in the table given below. So there are 10 families having no vehicle and whose income is less than 7,000. And there are 160 families whose income is less than 7,000 and they have one vehicle at home. So this is how you will read the data. Now suppose a family is chosen, you need to find the probability that family chosen is that earning is between 10,000 to 13,000. So you should look this row, and they are owing exactly 2 vehicles. So exactly 2 vehicles means the probability will be 29 by total number of families is 2,400. Again, earning 16,000 or more. So you should see the last row, 16,000 or more per month and owing exactly 1 vehicle. So this will be the answer, 579. Probability means total number of families owing 1 vehicle divided by total number of families. So 579 divided by 2,400. Now earning less than 7,000 per month and does not own any vehicle. So less than 7,000, you should see this, and does not own any vehicle. So that will be 10 by 2,400. And earning 13,000 to 16,000 per month and owing more than 2 vehicles. So this row we have to see, more than 2 vehicles means about 2 vehicles. So we have 25 by 2,400, and the last one owing not more than 1 vehicle. So this we need to calculate, owing not more than 1 vehicle. So owing not more than 1 vehicle means they have not given the salary this time. So all this total number of families having no vehicle, we need to add 10 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, so total will be 14, and not more than 1 vehicle. That means this also we need to add. All the income, they have not specified any income range. So all the income range you have to add. So 160 plus 305 plus 535 plus 469 plus 579. When you add all these things, you have 2408. So this plus this 14 will give you 2062, and total number of families is 2400. So majority of the family, we can see that out of 2400 families, 2062 families are having only one vehicle, or they are having no vehicle. Very less families are having vehicle more than 2 vehicle and above 2 vehicle when you consider all the income range. So thank you for watching my video.